Stuart Alderweireld, the chief legal officer of Ripple, recently took to X to weigh in on SEC Chairman Gary Gensler's future prospects. He seems to think Gensler will be left high and dry if he decides to resign from his position at the regulatory body. As chairman of the SEC, he singled out 4 sins committed by Gensler. Eleanor Terrett, a journalist for Fox Business, tweeted about Gensler, and Alderweireld replied. She cited Politico to say that Gensler absolutely plans to stay on at the SEC if the present president of the United States is reelected in November. I adore my job, he confessed. As for the question of whether other companies would hire Gary Gensler, the Ripple CLO said he doesn't think so. This is due to 4 factors. First, the SEC's X account was compromised in the most embarrassing way. Second, the SEC's attorneys were shown to have lied to judges. Third, the SEC's head Gensler has a history of losing cases in court. Fourthly, Gensler had an indirect relationship with FTX and Jeffrey Epstein through Caroline Ellison, who is SBF's girlfriend and co-CEO of Alameda Research, and whose father, Glenn Ellison, was Gensler's employer at MTI. In addition, the late Epstein provided funding for the Media Lab at MIT, where Gensler served as a senior advisor and co-taught economics with Glenn Ellison. The SEC was dealt 2 devastating legal blows in the summer of 2023. The first was a June ruling by federal judge Annalisa Torres that XRP sales on secondary marketplaces did not qualify as securities under U.S. legislation. This was against Ripple. After the win, the XRP price surged to a new high, temporarily above $0.7. However, it quickly fell back down. Same year, Grayscale, a massive fund manager, sued the SEC, claiming that the agency had wrongfully denied its request to transform the Bitcoin Trust into a spot Bitcoin ETF. The SEC ultimately lost the case. On the other hand, the court sided with Grayscale in 2023, and the regulator ultimately authorized 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs, including Grayscale's, on January 11th, 2024. Subsequently, Grayscale and BlackRock also submitted applications for Ethereum spot ETFs. On May 23, we anticipate making a decision regarding those amid positive XRP sentiment. Ben Armstrong forecasts a Ripple and SEC settlement. BitBoy Crypto, whose real name is Ben Armstrong, is a prominent figure in the cryptocurrency community who has generated a lot of buzz by making a bold prediction about the continuing legal battle between Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Notably, Armstrong is keeping an eye on the Ripple versus SEC action in the hopes of a potential settlement. This, together with Ripple's efforts to increase its popularity in the US, might significantly alter XRP's future course. Ben Armstrong anticipates a resolution to the Ripple and SEC dispute. The continuing battle between Ripple and the SEC was recently illuminated in a video produced by a crypto YouTuber. Notably, according to Armstrong, a breakthrough deal between Ripple and the SEC is imminent, with a fine of about $10 million anticipated. Meanwhile, he bases this forecast on current events and industry talk, which point to a major change in the XRP legal environment. As a result of Armstrong's prediction, investors now have reason to be positive, which has boosted the market. On top of that, Ben Armstrong stresses how important it is that the rumored formal panel at Ripple Labs' San Francisco offices actually happens. We anticipate that this panel will provide crucial details regarding the acceptance of XRP and its implementation. He frames XRP as a driver for improved financial transaction efficiency by highlighting its potential for widespread adoption within the U.S. payment ecosystem. As far as Armstrong is concerned, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's litigation has been the most significant regulatory hurdle that has impeded Ripple's advancement in the U.S. market. Elon Musk's plans for Space Ripple are making smart efforts towards adoption in the US, and the CEO of My Doge has posted about Dogecoin, which has generated speculation. According to Armstrong, Ripple is trying to increase the use of XRP in the US by implementing a number of specific strategies. W. Oliver Segovia is Ripple's head of product marketing for payments, and the YouTuber mentions him in his video. His prediction is that XRP will gain traction in the US market due to some new developments in the near future. An impressive sign of Ripple's aggressive strategy for regulatory compliance and market expansion is the fact that the company is actively seeking money transmitter licenses in most states in the US. In addition, Armstrong highlights the fact that Ripple actively participates in the XRP community by holding meetings and formal panels, which promotes openness and teamwork. Along these lines, he is anticipating a major meeting at Ripple's headquarters that will give stakeholders an idea of the company's plans for 2024. By making an effort to reach out to more people, Ripple is showing that it is serious about creating an environment where XRP may thrive and be used more widely. It's a fact why Armstrong is so confident in XRP's future value as a result of his familiarity with market dynamics, particularly the phenomenon known as whale accumulation. Armstrong is optimistic about the likelihood of XRP breaking $1 despite the challenges caused by the SEC case. According to market conditions, a leap is likely to occur on February 29, 2024. The fact that Armstrong continues to have faith in XRP's strength and future potential despite worries about regulation and price swings is notable. Armstrong has unwavering conviction in this daring forecast. With a gain of 2.1% in the past day, the price of XRP has risen to $5,120.06 as of this writing. Furthermore, its trade volume reached 918 million, an increase of 80%. In the continuing legal conflict between Ripple and the SEC, XRP champion Bill Morgan has stepped in as a pivotal defense. Morgan hopes to provide light on the nuances of Ripple's on-demand liquidity transactions. The drama surrounding the showdown is building in tension. Even as this is happening, his argument that ODL transactions are distinct from investment contracts has been an interesting addition to the conversation. The bill from Morgan pertaining to the inactive transactions. The former Ripple executive and vocal XRP backer Bill Morgan recently said on the X platform that the company's previous deals should not be considered investment contracts. Customers of ODL are not investors. Instead, they're people seeking to see made plain. The fact that the ODL dealing took only a few seconds to finish is a well-known and undeniable truth. Thus, the ODL client is not an investor looking to conduct a low-cost money transfer. Rather, he is buying XRP to exchange for efficient money transfers. Morgan agreed with Ripple that XRP shouldn't be held in reserve in order to reduce transfer fees. He called attention to the big difference between investment motives and transactional value. Notably, he contended that old transactions were not covered by the ruling that Judge Torres handed down regarding institutional sales. In order to further simplify the story, Morgan emphasizes the difference between buying XRP for practical reasons like sending money and investing in cryptocurrencies. Meanwhile, he is of the opinion that DDoL transactions are exempt from a recent regulation on institutional sales and disagrees with the decision. Has anything been left out that you think I should have addressed? I think the XRP community has seen enough of my arguments about how auto sales are not investment contracts after reading all of my posts about the Odell case. The fact that the ongoing legal battle between Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is still developing lends credence to this position, to use a common expression. One example is the defense of Ripple's on-demand liquidity transactions by pro-ORP attorney Bill Morgan, who is fighting accusations that these transactions constitute investment contracts. Morgan's remarks made during a regulatory investigation illuminated key aspects of the issue and revealed the challenges around Ripple's XRP sales to consumers. That's all for now.